So our next fruit is the paramecia type fruit, which is basically everything in between.
Paramecia fruits are the most creative
fruit typing in one piece,
and arguably my favorite fruits because you get the wackiest results. It's not as straightforward as the Zoan or the Logia class because it does not turn you into an animal or a beast of some kind, and it does not turn you into a natural element.
But the results of eating a paramecia fruit can be
just about anything else that you can think of, and you get the wackiest results with these fruits.
Now, as far as paramecia fruits, well, there's a couple that I think that will work for the hood really good. So the first one is the Sneak No Me, which will allow you to summon sneakers of any kind on your feet,
of any size you desire.
It allows you to sneak around undetected as long as a person's not using any type of observation hockey to detect you. It'll allow you to never get snuck. You'll also get a side effect of being more sneaky. So a sneaky person like, I don't know, Eric Adams or Diddy probably will be great for this fruit. Someone who's, really sneaky. Our second paramecia fruit,
the Whoop No Me,
which allows you to summon items
and become items that people got whooped with back in the day. The user of this fruit can also morph their body into items of any size that are commonly used for whoopings.
So you can get an extension cord, a hanger, a chicleta, you can get a belt,
that good old wooden spoon. Any item that has been used for whoopings in the past is viable. You can summon that item, you can manipulate it, and you can use it on your enemies. Comment down below, what items have you been whooped with when you were young? Or maybe you're still getting whoopings, I don't know. Hopefully not. The awakening of this fruit is to make your opponent's body wet, of course. But the reason why this will be so effective is because we all know don't nothing hurt worse than when you get a whooping and your body is wet, like a whooping in the shower. That is one of the most painful experiences ever.
That would be very, very useful in the hood if you're going to be in a fight. Now, as for our third paramecia fruit, that's going to be a fruit that gives you access to 3 different types of weapons. So what we're talking about is the Pew No Me model Rusty 38, pistol, and Glock. So let's talk about the Rusty 38. So basically, when you see that Rusty 38, it's usually dark at night and it's usually accompanied by somebody who wants a peanut butter and crack sandwich, and they started out by saying, hey, young blood, give me what you got, I need some money. And you don't want to play with your life, so you give them whatever you got up in your wallet, and you may look around and you may see that it's a Rusty 38, but you don't want to play with your life, so you basically give them whatever you got. Next, you have the pistol, which is going to be your all-arounder gun, pretty much standard in the hood, pretty much can use it to do anything. Then you're going to have the heavy, the one-hitter quitter. I'm talking about the Glock Dookie. It's going to function a lot like the Golden Gun in GoldenEye. It's really like a one-shot, take them out type weapon. So it's going to be very useful if you want to end a conflict very quickly. Lastly, the awakening for this fruit can function, I think, in one of 2 ways, or probably both of these ways. You can either learn to curve bullets, or be able to curve your bullets like in the movie Wanted, or you can change the trajectory of your bullets like my man Mister could do in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5.
But now, as for our 4th paramecia fruit, this one is the Wheel fruit models Hellcat,
Honda Civic,
and model City Bus.
The Hellcat will give you more agility, more tight turns, more sporty, but as far as the Honda Civic, that's going to be your all-arounder car. It'll also be very solid as far as giving you a balance between speed and power. Obviously, the Bus will be the big boy, the heavy hitter. Basically, when you use this fruit, you can expect to basically be a transformer at this point, without any of the space weapons, if you decide to eat this fruit. Next up, we have another paramecia fruit called the Tat No Me, which is basically the tattoo fruit. So this fruit only works with pre-existing tattoos. If you eat this fruit, you don't find out what you can do until you get a tattoo. So let's say you get some angel wings tattooed on your back. Well, all of a sudden, you'll be able to access the ability to fly. Or if you get like a flame tattooed on your arm, you'll be able to do fire attacks with that arm. But it only works with pre-existing tattoos that you get from someone else. You cannot tattoo yourself in the middle of battle. You can't just draw on your arm and get a new power to use. As far as restrictions on this fruit power, you can only use 1 tattoo at a time. If you manage to use more than 1 tattoo at a time, then you will be subject to a cooldown period where you can't use any tattoo powers at all. Also, you cannot tattoo multiple tattoos on the same part of your body and combine them. It is use of 1 tattoo per part of your body. So you can't have like 3 tattoos on your arm and use them all at the same time because it's one part of your body. So you can only use 1 tattoo per part of your body at a time. The awakening of this fruit really is simple. If you can find someone to tattoo a devil fruit and you know the ability of that devil fruit and you get it tatted on your body, you can have multiple devil fruits on your body, which would be a nice workaround to having more than 1 devil fruit. To make the best use of this fruit, you pretty much would have to know what you're getting into before you eat the devil fruit and make sure that you have the appropriate space on your body to utilize this fruit appropriately and know what you want to get tattooed on your body. The next fruit that we have is known as the Twerk Twerk no Mi, and it works very similarly to Whitebeard's Gura Gura no Mi. Now, Whitebeard's fruit, the Gura Gura no Mi, allows the user to manipulate and produce seismic activity. Now, the way that the Twerk Twerk fruit is going to work is that you can do the same thing. You can manipulate and you can produce seismic activity, but it all depends on how violently you shake your body. So the more you shake and how long you shake will affect the length and the size or severity of the tremor that you are able to produce.
Not gonna lie, the next 2 fruits are the 2 most broken fruits I was able to come up with. And the first of those fruits, which is from the Paramecia class, is known as the Off Off no Mi. Now, this fruit does exactly what it sounds like it does. It can turn off anything that you physically can touch. It can also turn off abstract concepts such as pain or emotion.
You could turn off the lights, you could turn off their oxygen, and as an awakening, anything that you can physically see, you can turn it off.
So with the right user, this fruit can be very devastating, but I don't like it as much as the last fruit that we're going to talk about. The Off Off no Mi may be OP, but this next fruit, this is our final Paramecia fruit.
The mythical Barber Barber fruit model Dominican, because we know Dominicans, they be hooking up your hair like that. They are just so nice. So not only would it make you an excellent barber, you could line up anything. You can cut anything, you could line up anything into angles, and it would work just like the Snip Snip fruit. We saw how that was used in Impel Down, but you could do that with your hands turning into clippers
instead of a giant pair of scissors.
And you can cut almost virtually anything and shape it into any shapes.
The user of this fruit will be able to manipulate anything that they cut. And because this is a mythical devil fruit, it's going to have an extra ability. Now, the extra ability is healing and destructiveness. So let's say your homie is dying or he's hurt really bad. You can shape up his beard or shape up his outline and restore his health. But adversely, if you have an enemy and you give them a bad haircut, you zeke them, you can take away or lessen their power dramatically for however long it takes for their hair to grow back to the original length that it was before you cut it. Now, as you can see, these fruits are way too OP, but let me know in the comment section any Paramecia fruits that you guys think should be included in the Hood Devil fruit list. Before we get into our list of Logia fruits that would exist if One Piece took place up in the hood, please make sure that you interact with those buttons and share this around. So now let's get into our Logia fruits. And our first fruit is, we have the Platinum Platinum no Mi, which will work exactly like Gold Zoro's devil fruit worked in the film Gold. The user of this fruit will be able to manipulate but not produce platinum, meaning that they can do anything they want with any existing platinum that is in range. They won't be able to produce it themselves. Also, the user of the Platinum Platinum no Mi will be able to harden their skin and turn it into platinum. Also, a little known fact is that platinum is much better than gold because platinum is harder, it's denser than gold, which makes it more durable than gold. Platinum is the superior fruit out of the gold and the platinum. Also, this goes without saying that depending on the amount of platinum available, that will greatly affect the number, the size, and the strength of whatever you decide to make. Next up on our Logia list, the Zaza no Mi.
Y'all know what the Za does. It would function the same way that Smoker's fruit does. You can fly, you have intangibility, but it also has psychotropic elements that can calm down, make people green out if they're exposed to it, and also it makes you smell like the Za all the time, which a lot of you don't mind.
Also, the user can control the thickness of the smoke so they can obscure vision and also asphyxiate any of their enemies.
Our very next fruit, although it's not a Logia, even though this is supposed to be a Logia video, goes right along with the Zaza no Mi. And this one comes from one of my commenters, Dro. He came up with the Rap fruit. So we know that wraps can come in many different flavors. but I mean, let's really take this fruit to the next level. So the way I think that this fruit would work is that you can layer these wraps on your skin or on your body or on your person so that it can layer up your defense. Also, you can bind enemies with the wraps, and also you can take certain amounts of squares and have that infused with healing energy, and that could also heal you. Let's say you get shot, or somebody cuts you. You can put the wrap to temporarily hold you together and soothe that wound. Also, lastly, this paper could also work like Hisoka's texture surprise in Hunter x Hunter, where it can kind of fill in for body members, kind of hold you together. It'll look just like your skin, but it'll hold you together until you can properly get stitched up. So it's like a temporary fix, but it can be very useful at minimizing damage in a battle. These papers can also alter either your body or objects cosmetically, so that you can conceal or change the appearance of yourself or another object temporarily.
Lastly, our last Logia fruit is the Brick No Mi, because when it's cold in the hood, we don't say that it's cold outside, we say it's brick. So this fruit is going to operate very similarly to the way that Aokiji's Hie or Cold fruit operates in One Piece, but it's going to start off a little differently. With the Brick No Mi, it's going to allow the user to make ice bricks and construct things that way. After you have some time with this fruit, it'll operate almost exactly like the Hie no Mi, but has more potential for awakening. A possible awakening for this fruit will be to freeze time, like Estef or Jotaro or Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. But like the Hie no Mi, it will allow the user to manipulate, to conjure, and to produce ice objects in any form. It's only limited by the user's stamina, actual power, and proficiency with this devil fruit. Really, this fruit will be possibly one of the most deadly fruits in the hood if One Piece took place in the hood.
Alright, so those are just a few ideas. I have more ideas of fruits that could exist in the hood if One Piece took place up in the hood. Please give this video 100 likes and I will give you more fruits in every one of these categories. And please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, interact with all those buttons on your screen. But until next time, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.